Happy Sunday to you. I've had one of those weeks. If you know what I'm talking about, one of those weeks, right? And my tolerance level was low. Like I didn't have much tolerance for things that irked me or things that I found to be, what can I say, extra. I was just like, I'm not having it. Like, I'm so annoyed or irritated. My best friend loves to say, you love to say those two words too much, annoyed and irritated. I'm working on it. But I had one of those weeks. And even in today, I just felt like I was just kind of dragging in a sense. And it was just, this is the only way I can describe the feeling. It's just, but nonetheless, still trying to keep afloat, doing what I know should be done. Good. So my sister and I, one of my sisters, she's visiting. We went to the store, a corner store near the gas station to get some stuff. On the way, thank you. On the way, I was walking with a church brother of mine, and the great man of God always has wisdom to impart, and whatever he brings and tells you, it's on time, all the time, right? Ever since I've met him. Bless you, Brother Barry. And we were walking to the corner store. I wanted to get a few things because I wanted to do something different for dinner today. So I wanted to get a few things that I didn't have. And I went to the store, got the stuff. While on the way, Brother Barry was just reminding me that in life, when we have struggles, we should remember that we are on the brink of something, especially if the warfare is at a peak. When things are really heightened, we should prepare ourselves, because a breakthrough is on the way. So of course the enemy is fighting, and anytime you're going to go to the next level, you're going to have warfare. So we were talking about that, and it was just confirmation for me on many fronts. And I was just reminded to stick in there, stick it out, and stand up, stand firm. So I got the items. We were in the vehicle coming over. He got out of the taxi. I got out of the taxi after my sister and we came home. We were talking about some things. She was giving me insight on what she thought about some of the things that happened at church, at the service, and we were just having a conversation like 10 minutes after coming home from church, from this store. And I just said out of nowhere, where is the box? Because in Jamaica, for those who don't know, who my viewers who are from overseas who don't know, we're supposed to use reusable bags, so no plastic bags and stuff like that are to be used. So I didn't carry a reusable bag with me, so I asked the counter clerk, to give me a box because she didn't have any reusable bags selling either. So I said, I'll just carry the box. So I took the box and left out the store. So of course went in the taxi and everything, but I had stopped to get a few natural seasonings at a little corner shop, kind of near the supermarket or the corner store. And I came home, my sister and I were talking, and then I said to myself, where's the box? I need to take out the meat that is in the box so I can do what I want to do. And I started saying, oh my word, I left the box in the car. So I'm like, okay, I started taking off my clothes at that point. So I just threw on a dress and I went out to the bus stop. I waited there for over an hour. But before that, about 30 minutes or so in my waiting, a church sister of mine came by. She was coming from church as well. But I had left sooner after church first service ended. I'd left sooner than she did. And Sister Bridget was there talking with me, and we were talking, and I don't remember what the taxi drive looked like. Taxi what the taxi driver looked like. So I was just describing to her, it's a black 7-seater, it's this, it's that, and she's like, she knows 1 and 2 people, so she's going to ask them to ask their colleagues, because they normally have each other's numbers, if they've seen a box in the car and all sort of stuff. And she was there with me for a good while, and she supported me where that is concerned, and she left. Then I was standing at the bus stop, and I reached a point where I was saying to myself, because I started stopping some of the taxis by myself now, and I just started saying to myself, Lord, I'm frustrated. I want to go home. And I said to myself, all I'll have to do is to just buy back everything. And then I started saying, this is a waste of money. I have to go and buy back everything again, and I'm just not having it, Lord. I'm not having a good time. I'm just emotionally not okay already. And then so I just felt really frustrated. And I remember I had gone across the road at one point to sit down on the other side, because there's this area that had a little seat. And while sitting there, I was saying, no, I can't stay here, because it's kind of hidden. So if the real taxi actually comes and I get to stop it, I won't be able to stop it in time, rather, or I wouldn't get to reach to it in time. So I said, all right, let me go back across the road. I was hungry. This was like, frustrating to me. I was hungry, and it's not like I was fasting nor anything. So I was just so irritated. And then I went back across after I did that, I went to stand up where I was before. Then I went back across the road because I was getting really weak and just tired. And then when I went back across the road to stand up, I just started talking to the Lord. I was talking to him before, asking him for favor. Lord, grant me favor. I don't want to spend unnecessary money, and I will have to spend again to buy back these things. And I can't see how I left out of the taxi with without the box. I can't see it. I don't understand. And I was just a mess mentally, and I was like, gosh, like I felt silly, like, girl, get it together. I know you're tired, but my gosh, man, get it together. You don't have it together. And I just started talking to the Lord, and I said, Lord, I'm tired. I'm emotionally tired. I'm just tired. And I just started tearing up, and I said, Lord, I don't want to be tearing up on the roadside. I just want to go home and have a cry. I just want to cry. And I got up from where I was. Oh, I wasn't standing at the pole this time. I was still across the road. Yeah. And I got up and I said, Lord, I just can't be bothered. And I was just talking to him. And as I got up, he said to me, you didn't leave the box in the car. Because prior to this, while I was standing, in the moment when I was standing, I said, God, what are you teaching me in this, all of this? What are you teaching me? Are you teaching me patience? Are you teaching me to trust you when things look impossible? I remember asking him these things before I started getting all teary and all of that. And I really wondered. I said, God, what are you teaching me? And then I got up, and when I got up, like I started sobering up, and I got up. The Lord said, you didn't leave it in the car. So I started saying to myself, okay, Lord, so where did I leave it? And the Holy Spirit said to me, check where you got the ground provisions, the ground seasoning. And I said to myself, Lord, I said, Holy Spirit, is this really you, or is just my mind? And I said to myself, well, it would be cheaper for me. No, I was saying I don't want to waste bus fare to go to the corner store, the little place beside the corner store that I got the ground seasoning. I don't want to waste money to pay fare and go there and it's not there. And the Holy Spirit said to me, well, guess what? It will be cheaper for you to go there than for you to be buying back all of the stuff that you had in that box, including the meat. And I said to myself, okay, Holy Spirit, if this is you, the box is there. If this is you, the box is there, and I'm going to trust you. And I just, on the way in the vehicle, I was just there, thinking to myself, Lord, Lord, you know, and I went there, the box was there. The box was there, and the Lord reminded me of the season I'm in. I'm in the season of obedience and patience. Patience is the same as long suffering and endurance. I did a video on this some time ago, and I'm still in that season, and it's coupled with obedience, which I've been in since last year. Last year, October. You know, but there are different levels to this thing, and I just want us to be reminded when things don't look the way they should, when things just seem messy and you just seem all over the place. I remember this, the Holy Spirit said to me, in the midst of confusion, hurt, lack of knowledge, and just craziness and mess, listen to the Holy Spirit. And this is what I want to leave with you. I don't know what season you are in, but the Lord saved me from having to pay money, and it's over $1,000. And some people may look and say, oh, just $1,000. Yeah, but it's over $1,000. And when you have certain we have budget out a certain way, and you have your resources apportioned a certain way, you don't want to be put out of your way, right? So the Lord saved me over $1,000. He reminded me that I do hear from the Holy Spirit, because there are some times in life, especially when it's like you're the only one hearing something, that you start to question what you're hearing. But he reminded me that I'm still talking to you, Akira. He reminded me that I hear you when you say you're tired and you just want to bawl. I hear you, and I'm going to come if you just rely on me, because I felt helpless. And I said, Lord, I'm tired, and I just want to go home and bawl before you, Lord. He hears, and he has his way of just always reminding us that he's with us. And he reminded me to stick it out, stay strong, stay obedient, persevere, be patient. He is still speaking, and we just need to listen to him. And I remember when I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, it's not in the car, it's at the place. I said to myself, I said, Lord, it feels like I'm fasting, because I hear you talking to me like this when I'm fasting. I was talking to him in my head. And I said, it's not like I'm purposely fasting. I'm hungry because I'm out here waiting. But it reminded me as well that when we set aside our plates, set aside our desires, set aside what makes us comfortable, and reach out, the Lord will talk. Because the thing is that he's always talking, but sometimes we cannot hear because we have so many other things clouding our minds. And he reminded me that I'm talking to you. I hear you. I hear you. And I wanted to share that testimony and encourage somebody this afternoon, because it sure encouraged my spirit. And it reminded me that he hears. He answers. So as I'm being obedient in this season and being patient in this season, because I said to him, I said, God, this is a long season, but as I stay the course, I encourage you to stay the course, because the Lord is working. We may not see, but he's working, and he's on our side. We are not alone. So I pray that you'll be blessed and encouraged this Sunday going into the new week. God bless you.